guys, welcome to today's episode. And I don't know, it's been an amazing journey. Apparently, today we have a very. I'm not even going to say a wonderful person because I know this person. She's not wonderful, but then she just happened to be here today. And I don't know, I felt like this particular episode should just be, chat, get to know, and talk about just like rant and vent. So I'm like, let me just pick someone that I know, someone that I could like relate to. And I happen to choose anyone. I happen to choose my sister. Please welcome my sister.
Thank you.
How have you been?
I've been good, just living life, trying to live my best.
I find it very, very annoying. Like, a lot of people like me in general, like, oh, Miss Annie. But whenever, like, I post a video of myself and then you, now everybody forgets Miss Annie and they're like, oh, your sister is beautiful.
Oh, really?
What's your sister's handle? Connect me to your sister. She's chill.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, you hardly post me on your stories, on your, we hardly do videos and stuff together. So that one time you post something that has me in it, it feels like everybody's like, your sis.
Yeah, I think I actually post you on Instagram. It's TikTok that I don't post you on because we are not like, okay, as if you don't know.
I mean,
we are not really together. We are not together because of the distance.
Yeah.
But whenever I post you anywhere, like a content that we are doing together, then everybody has it, like, instantly, the focus is no more Miss Annie, but then you. Who is she? Let me connect her.
Because of the distance, we hardly do videos together and all that. I mean, Instagram, you post me a lot, and I had Twitter, you do post me sometimes.
Yeah, I am. Sometimes
so
I want to miss Twitter. They just be saying, "Oh, I want to connect to your sister." I'm like, "Oh, please, I don't know her again.
Please connect me."
Don't you want to take my shine? You want to take my shine? It cannot happen.
Don't worry.
So actually, I want us to talk about the then generation and then today's generation. Apparently, yesterday you were talking about we're going somewhere. We're talking about the fact that we were talking about a birthday you saw on Instagram.
Yeah.
Was it on Instagram?
No, it was on TikTok actually.
What did you even say it was about?
Oh, it was just one beautiful girl. Mm-hmm. She was celebrating her birthday, and I think it was Sweet 16, and it was all over TikTok. And honestly, I was super excited for her. The entrance alone, she had two of her beautiful friends open the door.
Was she wearing pink?
Yeah, she was wearing pink.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip.
Yeah. It was amazing, honestly. It was just amazing. But I was just looking back to our time and then their time, and there is a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the pure African home, you're not going to get like 16 Sweet 16 vibes.
Yeah.
But I mean, now, they have the privilege. They have options. They have freedom. They're able to enjoy themselves. They have everything at their comfort. Sweet 16.
I think way back in our time, probably even backwards, there's nothing like Sweet 16. In fact, even if you're 18 years, nobody even cares about it.
Yeah, fact.
Which one's Sweet 16?
And even if you're 16 or you're 18 and it turns out that maybe your parents want to do something for you, I'm pretty sure they'll just cook like egg and then do that. I don't know if it's mashed.
In Ghana, we say abafe eto. I don't know how it's even called in tree.
I don't even know the English name for that eto.
I don't even know. Yeah, they'll do eto. So if you're like 10 years, you're going to get how many?
10 eggs.
10 eggs. You're going to get I think we were a little privileged because our mom could bake by then. So like if I feel a little cake we have and it's going to like look special. But like today, I'm checking people's social media and I'm seeing Sweet 16. I'm like, when I was 18, I didn't even have a bed.
Yeah.
Did you celebrate a birthday?
No, I'm pretty sure I did celebrate like just 3 times my whole life. And that was even the egg thing.
Celebrated? It wasn't even like a celebration.
It wasn't like a celebration. I mean, just your family, yourself, your siblings. Your mom does that thing for you. And then she puts some egg on it. And then maybe some 3 Fanta. Happy birthday song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It was a vibe.
Yeah.
It was a vibe because when you are casting your mind back to those times, like, it's all memories.
Yeah.
Now, the generation, as I said earlier, they have everything at their comfort. They are not really going to have that experience we had during our time because, I mean, now the new generation, so I get that.
How does it feel to, in our era, how does it feel to live, like, comparing to our parents' time, like back then? Let's even take it to living in our society or in our family. We actually happen to have this old mentality where we live up to standards. So your older sister have to be at a certain point, then you also like climb up. So there's this kind of pressure of you trying to meet a particular standard. I don't even understand it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, our time, the pressure was there. I mean, I can't remember way back when we were in school. We were in the same school.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
And Jennifer was just a year older than me. You were also just a year ahead of me in school. And the pressure alone from the school, from home, knowing that Jennifer is ahead of me, Jennifer is doing good. For that reason, it's a must that you have to pass her in everything. So I feel like the pressure there is very huge. Our time to back when we were home, our parents didn't really have that time to sit with you, chat with you, get to know what you're feeling, your emotions and all that. But in this generation, I feel like the mother and daughter vibe is just flowing.
Yeah.
Like mothers are flowing with daughters. They speak to them. They understand what they feel.
Good.
But I mean, in a pure African home, a mother is just going to like sweep everything you say away.
Yeah.
You understand?
I think I actually relate to that because at my workplace, one of my boss has a son. I think she's in secondary school. He was telling me that, oh, maybe I know a girlfriend no. Nah, the girl on the cry, like the girl's mom actually brought the girl to the house to introduce, like, so she was telling me that, oh, maybe I don't cry. And I'm like,
senior high school, right?
Even the University of Accra, I can't even,
like,
who are you? And like, even way back, you don't even have the courage to bring someone, considering the fact that you're a girl, to bring like a boy to your house and come and introduce yourself.
Even when you say, oh, this is my friend, and he just came by to visit, like the face alone, the expression. Like,
I mean, you are scared.
It's like you've committed the worst sin ever on earth.
Yeah.
But I mean, now, ladies are bringing their guys home. Young ladies, 16. I feel like maybe it's not all homes that experience what we experience. Not everybody. Some people had cool, amazing parents who had full understanding of whatever they did. But I mean, our time, when we were talking about us, even though mom was cool, but I mean, bringing a guy home, after Jennifer, you were the stubborn one, so
well,
I've
actually been stubborn since the generation.
Yeah.
My mom has been always fighting with me. I don't come home early.
Yeah.
I'm going to see this person. Yeah. So I've actually been the stubborn
some were
child.
lies, so.
Well, yeah, but I think most of the times I was really the bad person.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to what do you feel about our older, probably the pressure from outside like this? There's this pressure from us personally, especially considering our older sister. She's into she has kids and all that. Then there's this pressure from your family to get married. Last time we were saying that every mama can pressure told you for pressure's going to be on us to get married because it's she has so much hope in us that she wants us to get married, be settled, have a family, have a job. How do you feel about it?
I mean, that's a dream of every mother, okay?
Yeah.
It's a dream of every mother to see her daughter established in life, get married to a successful man. She's also successful in her own field, living the best life. But when your mom or your parents have that high expectations on you, the pressure is deadly because you are trying your very best, but sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough because you want to meet your parents' expectations.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like we just have to be ourselves. Even though that is a dream of our parents, every mother to see their daughters succeed. I feel like even though, you are trying your best, you shouldn't put too much pressure on yourself. Just do your due. You are doing your best, you'll be successful and just live. Because if you want to look at what your parents are saying to you, change that you have to succeed, you know how things are going, you have to make sure that you find a good man. Trust me, you're going to feel frustrated at times and you might end up messing up. So I feel like just be yourself.
I think that time was much easier because probably her time, she said she didn't really go to a lot of school, secondary school, university, you want a career. Yeah. So her life was pretty much short, growing up, she just met a man, settled down, built a house. Thing. We are not in that same generation. Sometimes I could be there and she told me that, hey, why don't you build this house? You have a land, build this house. And I'm like, does she think the money is just lying there for me.
You just pick it up and then you go. You're like, oh, I'm ready. I want to start doing
Her
something.
and so because she and her husband was able to build something at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
She's expecting me to be able to build something up in a very, very young age. And in this generation where I'm still going to school,
things are hard.
I
mean, our parents need to understand that their times is way different from our time. You know, what they were able to do so simple, so easy, in this generation is going to take some time. Mm-hmm. So I feel like they need to understand this generation and they need to take everything step by step because we have this in control.
I think one of my biggest problem when it came to our parents' lifestyle and our lifestyle was the fact that we actually couldn't open up to them.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
yeah.
Facts. Yeah, because there were some conversations that we're supposed to have with our parents. If it comes to how we feel about certain things, our emotions, things around us, we are not able to say, and we always keep it to ourselves. So they also don't have the opportunity to advise us on certain stuff. And I just feel like it's because they have a different way of thinking. If we confine them and we're like, okay, I want to tell my mom this, the way she's going to react to it, maybe.
I actually hear the fact that I think we are very, very lucky that our mom wasn't a type that when you tell her something, it's going to be outside. There are some type of mothers that you tell them something like, oh, man, this is a secret, like, you know.
By the time you get to church, a whole auditorium, everyone is aware of it. But I feel like mom was very cool, very, very cool, very cool.
I think we are just blessed because I'm not even going to lie, when I was young, I was like a little of a criminal, right?
Not a little, you were a criminal, big time.
I can tell you that in our house, if there was anything that got missing that was in relation to money,
it's Jennifer. And
I'm
it's
the
always
thief.
Jennifer. I mean, anything that has to do with money, maybe your mom can't find her money. She's not even going to ask me, like, they're going to go straight to you. And it's always with you, like, girl.
But I was actually very, very grateful that whenever I was told, this woman, she would be like, at my house school market, but she actually never went to my school to go and say that.
But she did beat you sometimes.
Charlie.
After the beatings, you took to them. I mean, you took the beatings.
Actually, I'm very, very grateful for the fact that my mom was able to be on me, because if my mom wasn't on me, I should be having a gang of thieves. I swear, because
that's true, Mom. I can't remember when my big sis comes back. My big sis wasn't always with us. She's in Kumasi. So when she comes home, and then, she has money too. So mostly she just keeps her money everywhere.
Yeah.
In her wardrobe, under her pillow. I mean, when you go into her room, everywhere's money. Yeah. And she'll keep one in her wardrobe, and the next day she'll be like, Cinzia, I'm like, no. And then she'll go and tell Mom, and then Mom comes to ask you. You say, oh, I've not taken anything. Mom goes into your stuff and the money is hidden down like, God, this girl.
I've actually been a criminal since.
I've come a long way, honestly.
The things I've come a long way. Jesus actually saved me. Jesus don't save me. Because if Jesus didn't save me right now, I would have had, criminal. Yeah. What do you think about pregnancy? Pregnancy. Like, way back, the issue was that you have to get married, settle, have kids and all that. But then we actually live in a time, even though now it's actually like you really need to do it, it's not really a requirement.
Yeah.
Now we have this society that people decide to live together and don't really consider marriage like a big thing.
Yeah.
You can just meet the person and then have kids and not necessarily marry the person. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's fine?
For me, personally, I don't think I'll go for that. I still stand with the olden way of doing stuff. Getting married, moving in with your family, having kids, living life. But as you said, now people don't see marriage to be something that is a big deal. They just start moving in just like that and then start having kids. I feel like they all have reasons for doing that. Some people are like, even marriage, when you get married, in the next few years, you're just going to end up getting divorced because staying with one person or committing to one person is difficult. That is what some people think. But I personally think that, it's the other way around. You can still settle down. Marriage is a big deal, okay? If it comes to God, if it comes to Christianity, if it comes to following Christ, reading your Bible and all that, marriage for me is a big deal. I want to get married, have kids afterwards, and then settle down. If you do not believe in marriage, you're not ready to commit. I feel like people think when you finally put the ring on their finger, it's like a god. You are sitting with them, rain or shine, you cannot move. That kind of thing. So they are so committed. They have to be loyal, regardless of everything that comes up in the marriage. They still have to like stick to it. So mostly they are afraid to like put a ring on their finger. Others too are maybe trying. They've been trying for quite a long time, and they're still not getting the ring. So they just decide to just move in with the guy, have kids, and then they live life.
Yeah, so what if, from your point of view, you're like, oh, I want to wait till someone puts a ring on my finger before I get married. But then apparently it takes
Before
you
I have
like,
kids.
yeah, before you have kids, yeah. But apparently it takes you years, probably like after 30, you still don't have a man. Because in this generation, it's quite like difficult. There are good men, I'm not going to lie, but it's, we are actually having a lot of men that do not want to, like, they want to be with you, but do not want to put the ring on the finger. So probably like 35 years. Do you think it's a high chance that we probably want to have kids, but then your expectations are going to, go lower down, or you're going to have kids, and then, probably a man doesn't want to, or you fall in love with a man and then he doesn't want to get married, but type of thing. Don't you think there's a chance you could do that?
So before I move into the relationship, I think I have to get everything stated clearly.
At 35, you are not...
Listen, so at 35 is just a normal age. 35, I'm not 40. I mean, if I'm 35, I'm going out with somebody and the person is still not ready to put a ring on my finger, I'm just going to back off, because I don't think I'll start dating the guy when I'm 35. Definitely I'll start dating him maybe earlier. So if the guy is still not ready to put a ring on my finger, I'll just leave, because there are people that are even getting married at 40, 50, 58. If it happens that I'm at the menopause state, is it menopause or what? Menopause, and I can't have kids, I'll just adopt.
What do you have to say about today's generation when it comes to Christianity? The Christian life is quite different from 30 years ago. Like our mom actually would do cool on the head, makeup, long dress, But now in the modern era, we have like people who have piercings like mine, who actually sing in church, and we have like sleeveless tops. We go out in shorts, but then we say that it doesn't really, God doesn't really look at the outmost appearance, but then He looks at what's inside of us. So in our generation, it's like we are with the worldly parts, and we are also with it. We can't really go fully. Like to me, it's like we're not really into God. We are a little into the outside world and a little into the inside world, because we sometimes dress like people from the outside, but we claim that in us, we have the Spirit of God now. So the Spirit of God actually is really concerned about what is in our mind and our hearts as compared to what is on the outside. What do you feel about that? Covering our body, wearing things and all that. What do you feel about that?
If it comes to covering our bodies, personally, I think, you have to be decent. I believe in decency.
Do you think I'm decent enough?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes. To me. I mean, to you, maybe it's fine. But to me, I think sometimes covering your body, to me, counts a lot. But I'm not trying to talk about those times that you have to wear dresses to your feet. Okay. You have to wear long sleeves, cover, and then like a mask. You don't have to put on wigs. You're not supposed to pierce. Piercing your ears is not a big deal. You can pierce too. It's not my problem. You can pierce your nose. But to that extent where you have over 10,000 on your ears, you have like 5 on your nose. I'm not judging anyone, but I mean, to me, I feel like that isn't for me. And I feel like this time people are trying to justify their doings, okay? With the Bible. People are selecting the verses that matches with their attitude, their way of living, just to justify themselves. But Christianity isn't just about going to church. It isn't just about covering yourself. As some people are saying that even if you don't cover yourself and you're wearing dresses that expose some sensitive parts of your body, it doesn't matter, because God looks into the heart and all that. Yeah, God looks into the heart. But the main reason why sometimes I do not judge people who expose themselves too much is because I feel like when you go to church, when you have God in your heart, okay, you believe in God, you read your scriptures, you have an encounter with Him, your way of living is going to change. That is what I personally feel. So if I go to church and I see somebody in bikini, even in church, like, I just don't care, because when you encounter God, you have that experience with him. You get to experience his presence, okay? There's definitely going to be a time where your way of living is going to change. The way you talk is going to change. The way you dress is going to change. Everything about you is going to change. Christianity just has to do with, it's just like a follower of Christ. Everything that you do has to
Look like Christ.
look like Christ. It has to speak like Christ. You have to walk like Christ. So when you have Christ in you, the fact that you go to church doesn't mean you have Christ in you. Though. The fact that you wear long dresses that cover yourself doesn't mean you have Christ in you. The fact that you also expose your body doesn't mean you have Christ in you. But when you have Christ in you, it's going to show regardless.
So are you trying to say that those people that actually expose themselves, probably because they haven't really got an encounter with God?
I'm not trying to say that.
You actually said that. You actually said that those people that wear things like that, when they go to church, when they actually encounter God, their way of dressing might change.
Yeah.
So in the right, it's like, if I'm dressing in a type of way that is actually exposing myself, probably I've not really encountered God.
Exposing some parts of your body. I mean, you spoke about sleeveless dresses. You can wear sleeveless dresses to church. You can wear normal, but when you wear dresses that is maybe exposing too much of your boobs out there, dresses that are just beneath your buttocks. I mean, I feel like that is way too much. Okay. So as I said, I think what you said is just the same thing. When you encounter Christ, everything about you is going to change. That is my point.
That is your point.
Yeah.
So there's nothing.
No. When you have an encounter with God, he is going to direct you. I mean, there are certain things that you used to do, and now you be like, no, I can't do this. This is so awkward.
So what of those of us who go to the club and then go to the church? Now, I think we happen to be in a time way back. It's like, I'm a Christian. Yeah. And then this person is, I don't go to church. I'm a bad person. But then we actually are now in a time where those of us that go to church, we also go to the club. I'm not even going to lie, I go to church, I sing in church. But when it's Sunday, I'm going to be like, I'm going for karaoke night. I'm going to stay, and then we're going to be doing high life music in the club. So those of us that are not cold and we are not warm, and then we are in between, where we are saying that we are Christians in today's generation, what do you have to say about us?
I feel like if you are a follower of Christ, okay, you're not supposed to be in between. You can't serve the devil and still serve God. You have to follow one master. That is a decision that is very, very hard to make. Okay. So my pastor said something. If you want to follow Christ, you have to do a sacrifice. Okay. You have to sacrifice certain things that you love. Clubbing, you have to sacrifice it. There are a lot of stuff you have to sacrifice. Things you love, things that will like bring joy to you sometimes, you have to sacrifice it. So you can't tell me that you are a follower of Christ. You are a woman of God. You are clubbing. You are jamming to music, wearing bikinis to club.
Bikinis to club?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Doing worldly things, and then on Sunday, you dress up, put on your makeup, looking all beautiful, and then you go and sit in church, and then hallelujah. No. I mean, you have to be at one place. You can't be cold.
What do you actually didn't want to talk about this, but what do you have to say about virginity? Way back, virginity was something that virginity is so precious. Keep yourself till you're married. Your husband is going to value you. But then you're actually in a time that, I mean, which one to is virginity now? We are just doing the theater of virginity, and there are actually a lot of people that do not even like virgins. Now you can't stress yourself to have virgin. Which one to is virgin? I mean, what do you have to? Do you think people should actually? Do you think virginity is actually a big deal? Like, considering this time where virginity is not a big deal as compared to then, what do you really have to say about virginity and stuff like that?
Virginity, I feel like it's a big deal. Even though in this our generation, people don't see it to be a big deal. If it happens that you've already done your thing and you've lost your virginity, it's fine. But to me, I feel like virginity is still a big deal. If you are there and you have still not done your thing, I feel like you should still keep yourself. Don't go into it first. I still believe in marriage before 16. Like, I still believe in that.
Boza.
So if it happens that you haven't done your thing, please try your best. It's difficult. Facts. It's very difficult to try and then be yourself, not doing things. But I mean, if you've come a long way to this point, I feel like you could still keep going.
What's the value? What's the worth? Do you think people who are virgins women who are virgins are much worthier than those that are not virgins?
No, we are all the same. If it happens that you have lost your virginity, I just don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't intentional, maybe it was intentional. You've lost it. That doesn't make you less of a woman. No, we are all the same. But I feel like it is important to keep your virginity till marriage, because it adds some sort of respect to myself. But even if you've lost your virginity, it still doesn't mean that you don't have any respect to yourself. No, you are still respected. You still have that high value in yourself. But to me, I'm just trying to say that virginity is still a big deal to me. Yeah.
It doesn't matter to you, still like a big deal.
Yeah. If you've lost your virginity, you are still beautiful. I mean, I respect everybody.
I actually feel like there are people that are virgins, but they're not correct.
In what sense?
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually very, very grateful for those of them that are virgin, because squad, you are getting married holy and all that. It's great. You still, But then I actually feel like way back virginity, there was so much high value on virginity that people that are not virgins are like considered they are the bad person. Yeah. And then if you are a virgin, it means you are holy, you are respectful, you were able to wait.
No. That was then, that was their time.
I actually feel like you can marry a virgin. You see that this like it's not about nyansa. No, I don't even want to say nyansa per se, but I could feel like you could still marry someone that is a virgin and will still not be worth it.
Yeah.
You marry someone and then you realize that the person was a virgin, but that is not respectful, doesn't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So even though there's value and worth in virginity, I still feel like even if you have lost your virginity, I'm not trying to defend those that have lost virginity, but I'm trying to say that I'm not trying to defend. Yeah, I'm trying to say that to me, it's not really
a big deal.
Yeah, it's not really a big deal. Yeah. Because I've actually come to understand that there are people that have actually lost their virginity and they are still good people, they are worthy people, they're of high standard, they are very, very respectful. So I'm not actually placing so much value on people who are virgins, even though I salute them and I feel like they have done a good job. I feel like even if you are still not a virgin, it's not anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal.
It's something, but it's not. It's not.
There are others, as you are saying, you don't see it to be a big deal. I see it to be a big deal. Maybe we have different. We are entitled to our own opinions, okay?
Yeah.
So if you feel like virginity is a big deal to you, that is you. I feel like it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But I mean, whether you're a virgin or you are not, it doesn't make you less.
Okay, how about men and virginity? Are you waiting? Are you waiting for a man that is a virgin as well?
I've not thought about that. I have honestly not thought about that.
I'm thinking about it. Do we actually have men that are actually virgins?
Most of the times when we say virginity, virgin, is mostly, I mean, our center focus is on the ladies. And
exactly, because why is it that it's the woman that should be the virgin, but the man is not the virgin?
I mean, it's facts though.
I don't understand why. So the pressure is always on the woman's side.
Yeah.
Is the woman that's supposed to live a good life? Is the woman that's supposed to be humble? Is the woman that's supposed to be respectful? Yeah. What about the guy? Because how is a woman going to keep her body for a man who has been knocking, but then she's actually expected?
Yeah.
Like, I actually watched this short clips, and then they will ask a guy that, what is the body count of a woman that, like, how many body count that when she has, you don't want to be with her? Then they'll be like, maybe 3 or 2. But then if you ask him, they are saying 3. What is your body count?
Yeah.
He cannot even count.
Yeah.
So you are actually doing your own thing outside, but you're expecting another woman to keep themselves for you. So I actually don't have a problem, but the way it's a lot of pressure on women to be virgins when it's not pressured on men.
On men, yeah.
I feel like it's unfair. Don't you think it's unfair?
Gender equality. If you are putting pressure on us, the women, I think the same thing should be on the guys.
Because I'm not going to, no, I actually not going to be here. I'm going to be a virgin for the rest of, for like, till probably I'm married. Only to realize that, oh, your husband, he has just been doing things. So why were you waiting? I actually don't think about that.
Yeah. I have thought about that countless times, but funny enough, I just don't find explanations for that. So I just ignore. I mean,
so you're actually not concerned about it?
I don't care. I mean, listen, now in our generation, virginity is not even a topic we should even talk about. I mean, live your life, do your best, be good, be respectful, be a wifey material. And
what is a wifey material?
Wifey material. At least be respectful, be kind, have a good heart. You can't just be messing around, disrespectful. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't have patience, and you want to get married. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere though. So if it comes to marriage, if it comes to all that, I feel like virginity shouldn't be anything that we should include. Individually, it could be your own big deal. As I said, it's my big deal. It's not your big deal. But we shouldn't talk about it. It should just be somewhere. Like,
how do you feel about the freedom we've given to kids now? Way back, we actually didn't have the opportunity and chance to choose what we want to do, what we want to study, where we want to go. Now we are in a time where kids or people that are now growing up decide the life they want to live. Like, some people's parents actually leave them to decide the career choice that they want to take, the school that they want to go, the courses that they want to take. They even drop them out to parties. Do you think freedom is actually killing them or helping them in a way?
It's killing them and it's still helping them.
How?
I mean, in this generation, the freedom is there. Parents have given their kids freedom to do everything. So they feel free to come out to their parents to talk about sensitive stuff because of the freedom their parents have given to them. And that is positive. That is good. Because when your parents are on you, giddy, like, do this, you have to do this. Sometimes you become timid. You're saying stuff you cannot discuss with your parents. But when they're giving you that freedom, you can do everything, you can do anything. Sometimes when you're even about to mess up or even mess up, you still have that confidence to go to them and then talk to them. This is what I've done. This is what I'm going to do. What do you think about it? So that's good.
I think it's actually...
But on the other hand, sometimes it's bad. Because they might end up doing lots of stuff that you are not even aware of. Because here's the case, you drop them to parties. Only God knows what they are doing there. I mean, so it still has a good side and it has a bad side.
I actually think that it actually helps because in a way, when I happen to realize that most of the kids or most of us who have strict parents are actually bad. Like, if you look at the strict parents, their kids are always stubborn. It's like pastors' kids. It's like, So when you look at people who actually have strict parents, their children always having to be like stubborn because they do not get the chance to explore.
The parents feel like they are protecting their kids, they are putting them on the right path by being strict on them. Don't do this, don't do this. But funny enough, the little chance they have, they try and then mess it all up. Like, hey, I have this little freedom. Let me do what I want to do, what I've been trying to do for years. Let me just do it all in this short time. And it ends up being bad. So I feel like being too strict on your kids isn't going to take you anywhere.
I actually feel like having strict parents is just like a spring, because they be kind of like all the time. It's like compressed. Once you leave the kid now, boom, you see the way the spring just explodes, like boom, they just go off. So I don't really think being a strict parent is actually a good thing. I think you should just allow your kids talk to you, move to you, express. People, I imagine you being in an African home, your heart is even broken. The thing is that you don't even have... Who gave you the authority to even be in a relationship?
I just saw a video recently trending on TikTok. And I think it was this beautiful young lady who was in a relationship. She just graduated university. And I think she was in a relationship. And then I don't know what happened, but they happened to break up. So they have to go their separate ways. So the girl came back home and... she was in bed. You could tell that the whole day she hasn't stepped out. Maybe she hasn't eaten and all that. So she was in bed and you can tell she was crying. She was all weak and all that. And her dad came in the room and she was like, Kwasia, who cried? a graduate like you who can degree, mama, or Bema be a broken house on the house. The way the dad was, you could tell that as an African dad, like pure African, and he was like, "Cinzia, I want no degree. Who the heck? No, Bema into who did he? Want a broken heart?" The comment section was like, "Hey, Cinzia, degree into man not broken heart and that."
Yeah, I mean, in an African home, it's so weird. In an African home, it's just so weird that when your heart is even broken, you can't even go to your family because in the first place, who gave you the authority to be in a relationship?
To be in a relationship.
How can you go and you're going to cry to your parents? Like, I could tell you that 80% of the times that an African child had broken heart, they recovered quietly, alone in their beds because who are you going to tell? Your mom? Your dad will put in there. You can't even go. You can't even go close to your dad. Your mom. Just be going to lie on your mom and be crying about it, but you actually tell her what exactly happened. Yeah. And going to your friends, some of my friends are very annoying because you go and tell them that your heart is broken and they'll be laughing at you.
Like, it will be the topic on the group, like morning, afternoon, evening. Jennifer's heart is broken. And they will laugh at you to the extent that you even cry more than what you're doing. Like, I mean, that is how it is. African parents, they are interesting. Like, when I sit down and I look back, it's an amazing time. It's an amazing experience. It's funny. It's very funny because...
And to me, I feel like a lot of things have changed over the period of time and everything has been justified now. Every action has been justified, especially bad ones have actually been justified and then we can't do anything about it. I was actually watching a video somewhere and someone was saying that people complain when you go to a man and then he sleeps with you and give you money. But you're sleeping to your boyfriend that's not giving you money.
Free of charge.
Yeah, so exactly. Basically, even prostitution is even being justified for.
In our time, everything is being justified. Even stuff that are not supposed to be justified, stuff that are even illegal. People find reasons to justify.
As long as you have a reason, it's legal.
It's legal.
Yeah. So I feel like if you want to look at this time and then, do your thing, you're going to be messed up. So I can't really tell. Whatever works for you, works for you. If you want to be the traditional way, be the traditional way. If you want to be the modern type of person, free-spirited, Gen Z. Yeah. If you want to be whatever you want to be, just do it. As long as you feel alright, you have not been caught by. If you are doing anything illegal, until police has caught you, it's not a crime. So you can do it as long as no one has caught you, and you don't have any problem with that. You're just having enjoying life. Enjoy. Yeah. If your time comes, because your time will go. If your time also go, you cannot do anything about it. Anyway, so thank you for watching this podcast, and I'm actually glad that you came. And we are in the same house, but fine. Anyways, we'll see you another time. Bye.